Hey everyone, and welcome back to the Clark Creek Farm. It is almost deer season. We're about almost right at a month away from opening day of bow season, and we put out a few or a couple food plots out here every year. And it's that time of year. We've got some seed bought, and time to work up both these plots and get some seed in the ground. I'm sorry. So I'm on our New Holland. It's a T4.75, and then I've got on behind me is an old antique Dearborn Plow. To be honest, I couldn't tell you anything past that. Just, it's older than me. It's older than my grandpa. But head down to one of these plots here and kind of show you what I got going on here. It is raining, so I'm hoping we haven't lost our opportunity and have to wait for it to dry out all over again. So get down here and kind of show you the setup and kind of show you a couple of the settings and go from there. So I'm fixing to bail off into one of the creeks down here, kind of a dry creek, and this thing gets sketchier and sketchier every time I bail off. I haven't rolled a tractor yet, and I don't want today to be the day. Woo. Put her in the old 4WD there. So what we're using today, it's a New Holland T4.75 and our Dearborn Plow. Is this overkill for this little plow and for no bigger than what this food plot is? Yes. Is it raining right now, and does this tractor have a cab on it? Also yes. So this isn't a very big plow. And to be honest, we started in on this a few days ago. I broke the plow. The original 3-point hook up here had been split right in the middle several different times and welded back. Well, I split it again, and we just decided this time to take just a regular drawbar and slide through here, welded in place, so we should be good to go now. So what we can do once we kind of get, you know, the depth found on how deep we want to dig, more or less, what we can do is this tractor has actually got a kind of a lift stop on it. You come down here and figure out our height and our depth. You just undo these set screws and raise our stops. So this is kind of, I've got it set kind of where I think maybe we need to be. So we're going to leave it there for now. But once we get going, we can make some fine-tuning adjustments. All right, here we go. There's way too much tractor for this food plot and for this plow, so hopefully we don't tear anything up again like we did a couple days ago. But I've got this, I've got the depth on this lift kind of set where I think it ought to be. We'll see how close it is to ought. think I was about bound and determined to bury a four-wheel drive tractor out here this evening. It's not that it's overly wet, it's just it ain't very dry. It ain't muddy by any means, but it's a lot of loose dirt. So the farther I get into this plot, the more I think this is about too much tractor for this plow. But with that being said, I am still very, very new to all of this. I've been down here all my life, but I've never been into it like I have been recently anyway. So this could 100% be something I'm doing. But what I'm figuring out, I've got the depth set where it's not cutting too awful deep now. Not before I bent the fire out of the old out of the drawbar that we just prepared to plow with. But I got that figured out now. My plan is, once I get this all worked up with a plow, I'm gonna come back over it with a harrow. Just kind of level it back out, because if I was to put seed over this as it sits right now, it'd be 6 inches in the ground, or 8 inches in the ground even, and you wouldn't be able to sprout anything out of it. It'd just be muffled more or less. So I'm gonna finish getting this worked up right quick, and we'll go unhook the harrow from the TO30 onto this, and get back at it and work it over then, and then we'll put the seeder on something. I don't know if we'll put it on this or on the Ferguson. Put the seeder on something and hopefully get some seed in the ground this evening. That's the goal anyway. We've got a break in the weather right now. It's been raining about all day, just kind of steady, nothing too heavy. We got a break right now. It's 7 o'clock-ish right now, until about 10 or 10:30 tonight. I'd like to at least get this plot in the ground. That way it could be just kind of a steady rain overnight. And hopefully here in the next few days, hopefully it gets what it needs overnight tonight to work out in the next few days. About as worked up as it's going to get, and boy, hoping that little harrow does a number on this thing before it puts seed in, because it's looking a little rough. So I'm going to run back up to the barn, switch over to the harrow, and run back down here and see what we can get done here right quick. So I've got the harrow on behind us now, and it is rough where we just plowed, but I'm afraid I'm going to end up having to go over this 2 to 3 times. It's doing what it needs to do, just not kind of as quickly as we need it to. So I'm going to drag the outside of this, and all I'm doing when I'm doing this is taking where we just plowed and getting this harrow that's got several teeth on it, and kind of dragging everything flat. That way nothing winds up too deep. And this seems to be working okay for now. Like I said though, I may have to drag it 2 or 3 times in a few different directions to get it right. not done. This isn't working like I was hoping it would. Really, it needs to be just gone over some more, but it's getting pretty late. Time to get home and get the daughter to bed. So I'm gonna catch up with you guys probably tomorrow evening, working the 9 to 5, and then come down here working on this. Hopefully we can get some seed in this tomorrow and get started in our food plot that we usually cut up on top of the hill over here. So I'm gonna cut this one off for this evening. I'll catch up with you guys tomorrow.